Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos, tap the bell. If you want to subscribe to our options trading live channel, I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. Link is below in the description. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, link is below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you made money today, comment below, got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson. And if you could do me a big favor, hit the like button, smash the like button, obliterate it, just push the like button. Really helps me out with the YouTube algo. I mean, you guys have been supporting the videos and what I do here every day, day in, day out. I mean, we've grown in the last month, like 2,000 subscribers, like more, like amazing. Thank you so much. So, I mean, seriously, without you guys supporting, I mean, I love doing this. I love doing it without the support. I've been doing it for a while, a long time. And now that we're actually getting some traction, I mean, it's just the best feeling in the world. So thank you so much for watching these videos on my good days and on my bad days and my red days, super green days. I mean, you guys are here for it all. So thank you. That being said, today I did something that I never, ever do. Never, ever do. I made a little bit of money. I'll kind of show you what happened here. So, and I'll talk about what I'm looking at for tomorrow as well. But first, kind of show you. I made $141 realized profit on Netflix. Netflix had a nice run. I was in the 500. I had a debit spread on it. So what I did on Netflix, I had a debit spread. Let me go back last 7 days here. So I bought it for $1.33, sold it for $1.80 today. I was short the 505 calls for next week expiration. I was long the 500 calls, and I had 3 of them, sold them for $1.80. Netflix had a nice pop today, and kind of like what I was saying last few days. If you were watching this video, I mean before today came about, I said, look at how it's just kind of grinding higher. And then today we had a super nice pop. So I sold, I mean, it looks like it went a little bit higher than when I sold it for. I sold it at 11:28 a.m. So I mean, I caught the top pretty good. I sold it right here. It did pop up to 495, but I mean, you don't want to get greedy. You don't want to get greedy. And talking about being disciplined, the interesting thing was, now I was super disciplined on that trade. I've been super disciplined, and for some reason, I got the idea to sell some credit put spreads in Kodak. I'm currently down $700. Like, this is something I never do. And why did I do that? I'm trying to think about why I did it. And by the time I figured out why I did it, I was already in. I sold some credit put spreads. Kodak went a little bit crazy today. I am short. Well, my initial order is I did 20 of them. I shorted the 10 puts, and I went long the 9 puts, as you can see here. And then I averaged down again. So I got them for 50 cent credit, and then I did 15 more for 77 cent credit. And this is probably, I mean, at the end of the day, max loss is going to be $1,300. I'm already down 7. Can only lose 5 more, so that's why I averaged down. I'm like, okay, well, this could. And the thing is, I never ever do anything like that. I mean, for a lot of you people that have been watching this stream for a long time, why did I do it? Why? I just was following the price action, and I made good money on Kodak back in here. And the interesting thing is, I bought right in here when it was chilling at like 960, 950, and then we just went down lower. It still closed green on the day, up 4%, but I mean, it's not looking good. I mean, if this closes higher this week, it's going to be basically a miracle. If I actually make a penny on this trade, it's going to be a miracle. But interesting to me though is we had almost 90 million volume today on Kodak. Really popped up here. Basically no volume on this selling, and then we automatically had volume, not automatically, but we had 90 million today. We popped up green. So something is going on right in here. So that's why I took the chance. But now I feel like I went in, caught the knife, and I thought I was buying the dip, caught the knife instead. And you don't want to play around with this. And as you can see how quickly it can rip your face off. So now max loss, $1,300. I'm down 7, 600 more to go. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, at the end of the day, I've risked 1 day's worth of profits. I never tried to put more than 1 day's worth of profits in the trade. I do have $1,000 days, $1,500 days, and I try to keep it consistent with that. And if this trade goes bad, it's going to suck. But I think the moral of the story is, just don't enter in orders. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but We'll get through it. I mean, there's a possibility that it could be salvaged. I don't know. I mean, if it just pops up to 10 again, I'll be good because I average down. So if it even pops up to 9, 50, 10, I mean, I know that's saying a lot, but it moved from 6. I don't know what happened exactly. It moved from 6, caught as soon as it hit like 750 area. Massive volume started pushing this all up to 13. There was multiple halts today. It came down, and I thought we were gonna probably stay flat. Honestly, I thought it was gonna stay flat around here, but it ground all the way down to 8. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Walmart, I also traded. So just because you have a bad trade doesn't mean you should stop. I mean, yes, you should stop trading probably. But I did that. That was my last trade of the day. But I wanted to, just because you have one bad trade doesn't mean that you can't be profitable. I mean, we all have bad trades. It is what it is. I understand the mistakes that I made. If you don't understand the mistakes that you make in making a bad trade, then yes, you should definitely try to figure it out before you go in and trade again. But since I've already nailed down why that is a bad trade and why I made that trade, and I can fix that in the future, as long as you can nail those things down, you're going to be good to go. I'm not angry about it. I'm not frustrated. It is what it is at this point. You got to accept it so that way the rest of your trades can be back in the green. I mean, we've been trading really, really well. I mean, I've been trading really well. And I mean, sometimes you mess up. It is what it is. But Walmart had amazing earnings. It popped down today all the way down to 133 area. On Walmart, I put a couple positions on. I bought a 135 call for September 4th for 268. And then when Walmart was ramping up, so at 943, I bought this. So I bought down in here. Came a little bit lower after I bought, but it popped back up, and then we were running. And then at 1150, so right on this candle here, I bought another one because I'm like, okay, well, I plan on holding this for like a week, maybe a couple days. I'll add another one because I do think that it's going to probably pop up to the 140 area. I still think it could pop to 140. Still relatively strong here, but Walmart is doing what it always does and disappoints. And now I was on a winning position. I am down $50. So it's not a big deal. I'm down 8% on this trade. But the price point that it's at now, if we look at Walmart, we look at these, they're currently, the bid and the ask a little bit wide, so I'm not exactly sure what it's going for. I think it's going for like 265, 270, and the first one I bought was 268. So I'm basically back to break even on the first one. I've lost the profit, and then I'm losing on the second one that I bought, but it's still back. It just came, basically the pricing just came back to where I initially bought, so I'm not going to panic. The trade I still think is going to work out, so that's kind of what I did there. LB, I'm selling some premium into earnings for tomorrow, so I have a neutral iron condor on this, and then Apple. I put this on a couple days ago, just kind of grinding it out. It's up 9%. I'm selling the 460 put, and I bought the 455 put for September 4th. And Apple, S&P's hit all-time high today. I mean, things had a really rocky start, especially Apple SPY. I mean, this ramped up. Apple ramped up to 462, came tumbling down to 456. I mean, really great for day trading. Unfortunately, thinkorswim was down. So while thinkorswim's down, I haven't been able to make any extra money because I haven't been day trading because I want my charts. Now that thinkorswim's back up, hopefully tomorrow thinkorswim is back up so I can start day trading again. But I didn't day trade yesterday. I didn't day trade today because the chart's been down. So, I mean, I have alternatives, but I really like the way I have thinkorswim set up for my day trading. So I just chose not to day trade. So that's why we're definitely not making as much money this week. We're mainly relying on swing trading, but there was a lot of opportunities here. So right now I'm selling premium on here. Looks like Apple wants to go a little bit higher, kind of just chilling here at like 460. I do anticipate, for myself, not investment advice, for entertainment purposes only, that it's going to, like, maybe next week before the split, it might go up a couple points, like 10, 15 points. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. I was shooting for 470. We'll see if we get it. I'm up 9%. We move up to 470. I think we'll be in the clear. If it just sits here, then we're gonna have to take the longer approach and just kind of grind it down. But Netflix, Apple, I mean, other stocks that were really well today in continuation. I couldn't believe Zoom continued like this. Zoom came all the way up to 277, almost 278. Now, what I'm watching here tomorrow, I didn't want to trade it today because I'm not sure exactly if it's going to blast through here. Are we going to chill? High is 281. Had a pretty bad rejection last time. I hit 281, came all the way down to 240, and right now it looks like we're range bound between 240, 280. As obviously we've come down a little bit, but this is what I'm looking at right here. Are we going to blast through? Is it going to try to suck people in? Is it a trap? So I didn't want to go long here. You know, I like Zoom. I do. I really do. I made some money on this grind up. Everything was good, but I'm playing the ranges right now. We're at the top of the range. So right now I need to wait and see. Same with DocuSign. DocuSign showed some life today as well. DocuSign, we'll see what happens here. I did not like that it had a rejection here around what was the high today? 214, 213 pre-market, or right at market open, hit 213 and did nothing but drop. So I didn't like the price action, even though it was nice consolidation. We could go a little bit lower here tomorrow. So I'm watching that. Now, we do have a couple of earnings for tomorrow. NVIDIA. And then on Thursday morning is going to be Alibaba. So I'm going to be watching, obviously I'm at L Brands already, going to be watching NVIDIA. But the biggest thing is tomorrow, just be mindful, the Fed is releasing their meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that is going to be critical. So I don't know how the market's going to react. Obviously, we're just kind of grinding up green. I don't think anyone's looking for any surprises in their meeting minutes, but you never know if they're going to drop a bombshell. I mean, it is what it is, but it is a variable right now. So it's a variable that we need to be aware of. You know, this week's pretty light week. Retail earnings are kind of wrapping up, and obviously like Home Depot and stuff, I watched this. I mean, they had great earnings, best earnings in 30 years, and it's down 1%. I mean, it had nice consolidation. Maybe it could bounce up, so I'm watching that as well. So we'll see. I mean, Tesla had a nice consolidation day as well after the gap up. I mean, it closed up 51 points, but intraday, it really just kind of pinged back and forth. So right now, we're waiting and seeing. S&P hit all-time highs. I mean, things went a little bit crazy today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So those are the things that I'm watching. Those are the mistakes that I made. If you're with me, you watch to the end. Comment below, watch to the end. And as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.